A quick reminder, always prioritize safety when working with welding equipment. Make sure you have the proper training and wear the appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, like gloves, flame-resistant clothing, and a welding helmet. Before you use an acetylene torch, take a moment to ensure everything is safe and ready to go. Here is a step-by-step guide to start your torch safely. So, let's get started. 1. Inspecting your equipment. Check the valve openings and regulator fittings on both your oxygen and acetylene cylinders. Look for any dirt, debris, or anything that might block the gas flow. Clear them away for good and safe flow to your torch. Use the correct size wrench to securely connect the regulators to their respective cylinders. Remember, oxygen fittings have right-handed threads, while acetylene fittings are left-handed. Make sure your torch tip is clean and free of any obstructions. Give your hoses a thorough look over, checking for any cuts, cracks, or signs of wear. Damaged hoses can be a safety hazard, so replace or repair them if needed. Make sure the adjustment valves on the mixing chamber of the torch handle are closed. 2. Opening the cylinders. Open the cylinder valves one at a time. To avoid damaging the internal parts of the regulators, back out the adjustment knobs. Open the oxygen cylinder valve all the way, but only open the acetylene cylinder valve a quarter turn for initial setup. 3. Setting up the regulators. Depending on the thickness of the steel you'll be cutting, consult your torch manufacturer's specifications to find the recommended cutting tip settings for oxygen and acetylene pressure. For a general guideline, the oxygen pressure settings should be in the range from 20 psi to 45 psi, with a flow setting of 20 psi to 160 psi, while the acetylene pressure settings should be in the range from 3 psi to 6 psi, with a flow setting of 3 psi to 8 psi. 4. Lighting the torch. Wear a Shade 5 face shield or cutting goggles for proper eye and face protection. Slightly open the acetylene valve at the base of the torch handle. Do not use a lighter or matches. Instead, use a flint striker to ignite the flame safely. The flame might initially have black smoke. Keep opening the acetylene valve slowly until the black smoke stops coming out of the torch. 5. Adjusting the flame. Slowly adjust the oxygen valve at the base of the torch handle. Aim for a neutral flame with a blue cone at the base of the flame. Use the flow lever on the torch handle to double-check that the pressure flow levels are within the recommended range. 6. Cutting time. Hold the torch about a 1/4 inch away from your workpiece. While maintaining a slight distance, press the flow lever down to begin cutting. Adjust your travel speed based on the thickness and length of the cut you're making. 7. Shutting down. Once finished, close the oxygen valve on the torch handle first, followed by the acetylene valve. Then close the cylinder valves on both tanks. Use the adjustment valves on the torch handle to release any remaining gas trapped in the hoses. Back out the adjustment knobs on the regulators to prevent internal damage. When you are done, disconnect the regulators from their respective cylinders. Neatly roll up the hoses for storage. Store the torch, mixing chamber, regulators, and hoses together in a safe location until your next cutting project. By following these steps carefully, you can ensure your cutting torch is prepped and ready to go safely and efficiently. Remember, when it comes to welding supplies and expertise, Four Corners Welding and Gas Supply has you covered. Visit our website or stop by any of our locations to learn more. We have a wide range of cutting torches, tips, hoses, and safety gear to keep you productive and protected. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more welding tips and tutorials. Check out the links below for more information on Four Corners welding and gas supply, and find a Four Corners welding and gas supply near you.